गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Hari Om. We'll see from the chant first verse. Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambujanmani Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Grasaika Karmane. We will read from verse number 37. Page 18 is in my book. In that book, what page is there, you can check. Please, 37. Anvaya Vyatirekabhyam Panchakosha Vivekataha Smatmanam Tad Uttritya Param Brahma Prapadyate. Next verse. Abhane sthula dehasya swapne yadbhanamatmanaha sonvayo vyatirekastad bhane anyanavabhasanam bhane anya anavabhasanam lingabhane sushuptausya atmano bhanamanvayah व्यतिरेकस्तु तद्भाने लिंगस्याभानमुच्यते. Let us see now. We had seen that the Jeev is suffering because of the pratibandh called avidya. Pratibandh means that factor which veils the one which is existing and which can be known. It projects as something is not existing and not known. Something is existing and is known is projected by pratibandh as it is not existing and it is not known. Rather, it is not existing because it is not known. Now to explain this point, and because of this Jeev has become paragdarshi. That means he is extrovert. Extrovert, not that meaning. Extrovert means his attention is not on the fulfillment or the completeness of self and mithyat of world. His attention is on the imaginary completeness of the world and imaginary incompleteness about itself. And it goes in the world to get joy, and ultimately, because there is no joy, he ultimately gets vasanas of the world, creates fruits of action, and like the worm in the river, it goes from birth to death, death to birth, and death to death, and this is his plight. Then you heard, because of his good actions, sufficient good actions when fructify, like the water will not be raining if the cloud is there. There has to be sufficient cloud for to rain. Little cloud will be scattered here and there. So scattered cloud will not rain. For the rain, there has to be quite a dense cloud. You must have seen when it rains, so much cloud is there that even the sun is veiled on that point. And it keeps on raining. So much intense and condensed cloud is there. Otherwise, normally you see some cloud scattered here and there, that won't rain. So some good actions will not bring the situation for sadhana. You have to have condensed number of good action. Then only you have the teacher, you have the body, you have the mind, you have the age. Otherwise he started seeking and he passed away. So his goal was incomplete. People say, I want to die. I say, oh, I also want you should die. But please complete your job and then die. Otherwise, next birth you will start again from the scratch. I don't know you will get the opportunity or not. Supposing you pass away now. Now, to come back to the next body, it will take 20, 30 years. You don't know 100 years, depending what is the parents ready or not. Then after that, again you come. Then again you start. Again you have to buy heart, second chapter. So, because 100 years is a forgotten everything. Then again, anyway you have to study if you want, if you are very interested, again your vasana of going for the satsang will erupt. So again you have to start. So don't pray, I should die. Pray, let me complete my work and I should pass away. Life is a valuable thing, we should not throw it away. Because you may not get it, the same thing you may not get it. So, Vyashem Dev Hitam Yadayu. Whatever ayu I have, let me spend in the service of Devata, in the surrendering of the Devata, sacrifice of Devatas. So I got a chance. I don't know whether I'll get same kind of chance again, because I don't know whether my fruits of actions are so good that I will get very good chance once more. Which fruit of action we are having, we don't know. So condensed cloud in a big manner, then they have a rain for whole night or day, 24 hours rain sometimes is there. Continuous rains are there for 2 days, 3 days. Because cloud is, tremendous cloud is there. It depends on how much cloud is there. How long will it rain? So similarly, after good actions have fructified, you have the body for sadhana. You have the mind which is having shraddha. You have the intellect which is subtle. You have a situation where there is no attention seekers for the worldly issues. World has as if freed you. Nobody is asking to get money, bring up the children, or look after the son, daughter, or look after father, mother. You go to the people, they don't understand what I'm talking about. There are 100 things in the houses. Or some people have to earn money to meet the ends, or they have to get their daughter, son married. Then they'll come in the morning class, then they go to the job. Then we need a proper teacher. Then we need a teacher whom I understand and he also can understand. I may not be clicking to the teacher. I may not be able to understand what teacher says. He's too high sometimes. Sometimes he's saying, I know everything what he says. So that bhav does not come sometimes. Then the teacher has to be for a long, long time. Because we need to complete many texts. Therefore, short stay with the teacher also doesn't work. Like you need mother for at least 15 to 20 years of your life. Till you are having a job and you got your feet. Till then you need a mother and father. Father you need till you have started earning. Before earning, some houses happen, father passes away. And earning is not there in the house. So the whole thing is disturbed. Because there is no breadwinner in the house. Or mother is not there. If mother is not there, the child will always feel that, see, I don't have somebody to look after me. So similarly, we need the teacher's presence till I am standing on my spiritual feet. And everybody has a different age in his spirituality. Some are infant, some are elephant. Everybody has a different, some are advanced, they can continue without teacher. Some need more extension, more help. It's not that because 20 years you study Vedanta, therefore you are all the same category. Everybody has different age. All have a different past. Somebody have been meditating, somebody has just started meditating. Somewhere jap of the last birth they have been doing Om Namah Shivaya jap. Some are doing jap right now, some have not yet started. There are a lot of varieties and therefore never compare yourself with anybody. Get inspired by everybody, no doubt. If somebody good you see in anybody, pick it. But we are not on a track that you have to race. I am my own person, you are your own person. Your speed is different, my speed is different. I am good in X thing, I am not good in Y thing. Are you understanding? Na? Somebody has more Guru Bhakti, somebody has less Guru Bhakti. Somebody is good in chanting, somebody is not good in chanting. Somebody is good in serving, somebody is not good in serving. So somebody's memory is good, somebody's memory is not good. You get inspired, but never become a competitor. If you have to compete, compete with yourself. Now, coming back to the topic, then this teacher, you remember that he took the worm under a tree, and that tree is called Vivek, Satsang. Now, Panchkosh Vivek was mentioned yesterday. So, 5 koshas, I told you what is the meaning of kosh. I will not repeat it. And how kosh veils the Atma. That also I told you how as the body veils the Panch Mahabhut. It is not an external veiling, it's a misunderstanding. It is understanding something I as incomplete and the kosh as complete. So this is the veiling portion. Now 5 koshas we saw, Annamay, Pranamay, Manomay, Vijnanamay. And 5 koshas are called 3 bodies, gross body, subtle body. In subtle body there are 3 koshas, Pranamay, Manomay and Vijnanamay. And Anandmay kosh is there. So there are 3 bodies, gross body, subtle body and causal body. Now till this 36th shlok we saw very clearly. Now coming to 37th verse. These 2 words are coming, Anvay and Vyatirek. And this is very, very popular word in Vedanta. So you have to get clarity. I hope because you have done the course, you will understand what is Anvay and Vyatirek. Remember where we need Anvay and Vyatirek, where 2 things are there. 2 things are there. If 2 things are there, so we have to find out these 2 things are intrinsically one or incidentally one. Where you have to find out these 2 things are intrinsically one or incidentally one. There you need Anvay and Vyatirek. I give the example of gold and ornament. So, you know, that which goes in all. So, in Anvay or Vyatirek, there will be always 2 elements. When I say the presence of one is qualified by the absence of other, like gold is in and through all the ornament. So there is Anvay of gold in necklace, in earring, in bangle, etc. So therefore there is Anvay of gold. It is invariable, it goes through. The absence of one which is qualified by the presence of other, that is called Vyatirek. When I say the bangle is absent in the ring, then there is a Vyatirek of the bangle in the ring. Or when I say the bracelet is absent in the nose ring or in the, earring or in the girdle, then there is a Vyatirek of the bracelet in the nose ring. Or there is a Vyatirek of nose ring in the earring. Or there is a Vyatirek of girdle in the bracelet. Are you getting? So one is called Anvay, which is not changing in all. And one is Vyatirek, which is changing in the other. A simple definition is there. Simple definition is there. I give the example of makeup yesterday. So there are 2 things. One is person, other is makeup. So really if you want to see he is really of the nature of beauty, so after changing the makeup he is not appearing good. That means there is a Vyatirek of the makeup in the person. What cannot change in all is the Anvay. But what changes from one to another, that is called Vyatirek. It is absence is there. So absence is qualified by the presence. Now this is the way we are going to do Panchkosh Vivek. What is that Panchkosh Vivek? See, when I see the waking world, so I see I am a part of the world. Generally we say, I am 40-year-old, I am fat, I am thin, I am father. Everywhere I is associated with something worldly. After I am, there has to be something. We cannot say I am and stop the matter. I am full stop. No, I am intelligent, or I am rich, I am old, I am young. And this is our problem. The question is I am a part of the waking world or I am not a part of the waking world? Then naturally we feel that I am is a part of the waking world. I am in the world, I am traveling in the world, I am being educated in this college, I have a wife, I have a husband, I have children, I am father, I am grandfather, I am mother, I am daughter, I am son, I am disciple, I am teacher. Everywhere I am is associated with something. And this is where you need discrimination. Really I am is a part of this waking world or I am is not a part of the waking world. Now this is called the Panchkosh Vivek. Let us see now. I hope you are understanding this. Because we are so much embedded, our I am is so much embedded and drowned that we have taken it for granted. Whatever I feel, I take for granted. That is right. I feel you are not good and I have just attested it, you are bad. Rather than investigating and finding out, I thought. Sometimes I see a person and I just think, he doesn't look good. And later on I find out that he's not like that. Later on we discover that what I was thinking that he is not good is not that he was not good. It was my perception only. He was one of the best person. So I think and I don't inquire and then come to the conclusion. Here the inquiry is going on. Take. Now see the inquiry. What is inquiry is there? 38 words. Abhane sthula dehasya swapne yadbhanamatmanah. No. See, abhane sthula dehasya. You are going in the dream. So you are not aware of the GB, gross body. I will say GB, SB and CB. Don't get worried, what is that? GB is gross body, SB is subtle body and CB is causal body, not casual body. So, abhane, when the gross body you are not aware, when? Swapne, in the dream. But in the dream, you are aware of the self, that I am. That means that self I am which is there experienced in the waking state or in the world. Without the body also it is experienced in the dream. And therefore there is an anvay of I am in the dream and there is a vyatirek of the gross body in the dream. Therefore, this I am should not be the part of the gross body or part of the world. If it was a part of the world, it should not be experienced in the dream. Like this sun is not experienced in the dream. In the dream, you have a dream sun made out of a thought. It is a Panchikrit sun in the dream. This sun you won't see in the dream. This water you don't see in the dream. Dream water is a Panchikrit. It is a thought water. And this water is Panchikrit water is there. Are you getting my point? No? Sihira is not getting. One is called grossified 5 element, where this has all 5. Shabdisparsh. But in the dream only thought is expressing as sun and moon. It is not a gross thing. So the I am which is in the waking state, that I am is abs. That I am is there in the dream, but the GB is absent in the dream. Therefore, there is a vyatirek of GB or the gross body in the dream, but there is an anvay of the aham or I am in the dream. Simple thing is there is nothing. So, abhane sthul dehasya swapne yad bhanam atmanah saha anvaya. Full stop. After Anvaya, full stop, another sentence is there. Don't think one first line means sentence is over. Sentence is over after Anvaya. Okay. And then what is Vyatirek? Vyatirek means the absence qualified by the presence of something. So there is an absence of gross body. This is called Vyatirek of gross body. And what is present? Present is the self or the Atma or the Chaitanya or I am. Therefore, what? If the gross body and I am was inseparable, then then in the dream also you would experience the gross body. Because it is separable, therefore it is incidental and not intrinsic. Like the hat you have put on. You have put on the hat, it is intrinsic, it's not intrinsic, it's incidental that I have put on the hat, I can drop the hat. So there is a Vyatirek of hat if I take out the hat. But it's not that without hat I cannot live. I am not the hat. I may have put on the hat, but I am not the hat. I am not talking out of the hat. Or there is a contact lens is there. So contact lens is not intrinsic because it can be taken out and it can be given up. It can be again brought it back. So what can be taken and given from me has nothing to do with me. And therefore this gross body and this gross world are nothing to do with me. They are not intrinsic. They are just incidental, or they are just coming and going. I is not really associated with this body. This body is lying on the bed. This is one point. I hope you are clear on this point. In the waking, what you see, I am fat, I am thin. I am has no relation with this body. This body is one of the five elements I am has falsely associated. Vyatirekaha tad bhane anya anavabhasanam. See the last line. What is Vyatirek? Tad bhane. Tad bhane means consciousness is known. I am is known. And anya means anya anavabhasanam. Anya means gross body. Gross body is not known. Gross body is not known. See the word. Anya, you have to break the words here. Panchadashi goes like this. Vyatirekaha tad bhane anya. Word is anya and then is anavabhasanam. Anya anavabhasanam. Anya means the gross body is not known. Anavabhasanam means it is not known. And therefore I have no relation with the gross body. Now tell me, if gross body I am not related to, how do you justify attachment with son? Whose son is whose? When I himself am not related to my body, how can I have a son? How can I be poor? How can I be male? How can I do lot of work? How can I be sad? How can I be wealthy? How can I be fair? How can I be beautiful? How can I be short? How can I be lower caste or upper caste? Anything associated with the body now has gone with I. This is called Avasthatraya Vivek. Just see. Beauty is there. Try to think over it. You have to think over it. Now next verse, please chant. I have chanted, I think. But again you can chant, just to keep the mind awake. Linga bhane sushuptau syad Atmano bhanamanvayah Vyatirekastu tadbhane Lingasya bhanamuchyate. Now he is going further. You can guess. Now he is going to Sushupti. He is going in deep sleep. In the deep sleep now, this subtle body is not known. Ling abhane sushuptau. देखो कैसा पकड़ रहे हैं. Step by step they take you. Like, you hold the finger and take step by step the child. Similarly, teacher takes a step by step so that student doesn't get an intellectual jerk. Sushuptau, in the deep sleep, there is no experience of subtle body. And therefore, there is an unaware of self in the deep sleep, but there is a vyatirek of subtle body in the deep sleep. Therefore, I am not associated with the subtle body. Like Anvay was of the subtle body, Anvay was subtle body in the waking and subtle body in the dream. But subtle body is not in the deep sleep and there, but I am there. Therefore, there is an Anvay. There is an invariable I going through the waking, dream and deep sleep. But because I am not associated with the subtle body as we, therefore there is a vyatirek of subtle body in the deep sleep. And therefore, neither I am sad, neither I am happy. The dharma of the subtle body is not my dharma. Neither I am intelligent, neither I am foolish, neither I am very well informed, whether I am ill informed. All these things belong to subtle body only. So, sushuptau linga bhane syat. And then atmana bhanam anvaya. But the self is known. The unaware of the self is there from the waking state to the dream to the deep sleep also. But in the deep sleep, there is a vyatirek of subtle body also, vyatirek of gross body also. So, vyatirekaha tu, see the word, second line. Vyatirekastu tadbhane lingasya abhana muchyate. So, tadbhane means atmana bhane. In the knowledge of the self, lingasya abhana muchyate. The subtle body is not seen. This is called vyatirek of the subtle body in the deep sleep. Don't allow so easily. Now internally you find out. That means I have no relation with this subtle body. That means my happiness, my sadness, all the thoughts which I sow, I get very angry, or I am very jealous, or I am very magnanimous. All the qualities of the subtle body, I don't have any quality. If it was, I wouldn't have left it. If really it was my nature, it was intrinsic, I wouldn't be able to drop it. Like the skin is intrinsic, but the clothes are incidental. I cannot drop my skin, but I can drop my clothes. I can drop the hat and shirt, but I cannot drop the skin. Similarly, what I can drop is not my nature. In the deep sleep, every day you become sannyasi, you just give up everything. You are Mahasannyasi in the deep sleep. You are Swami Sushuptanand. Deep sleep Anand. So in the dream, before sleeping, you can put on akaru. Because you are harmless at that time. The very lakshan of sannyasi is harmless. One of the biggest dan is Abhedan. Abhedan, that you will have no fear from me. I will not harm you at all. I am not your competitor. I will not harm you. I will not tell bad about you. Neither verbally I will harm you, mentally I will harm you, physically there is no question. Sannyas, this is called sannyas vrat. When you take sannyas, you are given a vow that you will be fearless from everybody, and your behavior should be that others also should be fearless from you. Anybody who competes, people will have fear. Anybody who is angry, people will have fear. Anybody who will be lusty, passionate, people will have fear. Anybody who will have a thief, people will have fear. He said, you will have no fear from me, don't worry. I am not your competitor. I have no desire for anything that you have to. I am not your competitor. If you are ahead, Best of luck. I am not in the race because I am the self. What you will achieve, I am already there. I am the self, so I don't have anything to achieve now. Tad dure tad vantake tadantarasya tad sarvasya tadu sarvasyasya bhayat. Tad dhavato anyan eti tishtat. Shvetahare Ishavas. I hope you are understanding. So if you are living as a self, there is no problem. But we start living as a gross body, subtle body. I start attaching with somebody or don't like somebody. You are not living as a sannyasi. Therefore, I always say, external sannyas is not mandatory. It's optional. Internal sannyas is mandatory if you want to be happy. There is no other way for joy other than discovering the joy of the self. There is no other way of joy. Every other joy will be alloyed with sorrow. Rather little joy and plenty of sorrow. The proportion is this: 1% happiness, 99% sorrow. And to get 1% happiness, you are unnecessarily opting for 19, because both you will get. I told you head and tail, both you will get. You can't get the head of the coin and tail I don't want. You have to have a tail and head both. Now let's go to, still not over, Anve Vaitirek. See what is going on now. Now 40th verse. Tad vivekad vivikta syuhu kad vivikta syuhu koshav pranamanodyah tehi tatra gunavastha bhedamatrat prathak kritaha. Now he is saying, he means Vidyarananda Swamiji is saying tad vivekat. Tad means tayoho, means subtle body and gross body. Subtle body and gross body are the three koshas: Annamay kosh, Pranamay, Manomay, Vijnanmay. All koshas are covered. 4 koshas are covered. Anandamay is still yet to be there. But I am different from all 4 koshas. See, tad vivekat. Vivekat means separating yourself by anve vatirik. It's a personal thing, you have to do it. Nobody can do, because wherever there is a delusion, there only knowledge has to come. Tad vivekat vivikta syuhu. So by this vivek of anve and vatirik, this pranamay, Pran, Mano, Dhiyah, these koshas, viviktaha syu. I discover I am different. I am different than all these. All these 3 are written, you can add 4th, Annamay also. 4th kosh also. 4 koshas I am different. They are not me, they are not mine, they are not a part of me. Neither I am a part of them. Neither I am a part. If I had a really relation, like the skin, I can't drop the skin. But they can be dropped, they can be taken, therefore I am not in them. Now second line. Tehi tatrugwanavastha bhedamatrat pratakrata. Te means koshaha. Kosha. All these koshas. Why they are called koshas? Because they veil me. They veil me. That is called koshas. Kosh. It is not kosh. Really it is not a kosh. But because I have used it to to veil myself. Therefore it is called kosh. Like annamay. It is annamay sharir. When I say annamay sharir, there is no problem. But when you say annamay kosh, it is a problem. Because now I am thinking I am the body. For Jnani, he will not say it is annamay kosh. He will say this is annamay body. Annamay. There was Swami Ram Tirth. He never introduced himself as said. He used to say, this body says. You don't say all these things. Otherwise, difficult to communicate. This body says, Rama says. So when I used to, he has a complete works of Swami Ram Tirth. I studied when I was very young, 16, 17. Very beautiful lines are there. He also went to America like Swami Abhedananda. So his lecture was full of, never I saw I word in that. He used to say, this body says, Rama says. He objectified it, in other words. So, tehi tatra gunavastha. So, Jnani will never say, Annamay Kosh, this is my Annamay Kosh. He will say, this is Annamay Sharir. This is Pranamay Sharir. Where I have I's thought, he has this thought. Both are seeing the same thing. A Jnani also sees the body, Jnani also sees the body. But when a Jnani sees the body, immediately says, my body. I am this, I am short, long. But Jnani, because of his practice of births and births together, he will say that this body. He may not talk in that language, but he will say this body. He will never say that this is my body or I am this body. Or he will never talk to himself in that language. He will say this body is another aspect, I am another aspect. Both are totally unrelated to each other. Mind has anger, let the mind have anger. I don't have anger. Anger is coming in the mind, not in me. And therefore, his anger never builds up. Anger builds up only when you identify. Coming of anger is not a problem. But moment you identify, it builds up. If you don't identify, it will pass away. Because nature of thought is to go away. Nature of thought is not to stay. It comes and goes like a river flow is there. Like the water in the river will constantly flow. Thought will flow. Thought of anger came and went away. Thought of joy came and went away. Thought of passion came and went away. But moment I claim it, I hold it, I am angry, I am joyous, I am passionate. After that you have lost. The thought is now it has become a kosh now. Now subtle body has become embodied. Now you have become embodied. It was a subtle body and you are different. Now it has become embodied. By putting on yellow cloth, I am not yellow. By putting on white cloth, I am not white. Nobody say, oh white. Or I put on black cloth. Nobody say, oh black. You can't address me as black just because I am putting on a black shirt or black pant. I am different from that shirt and pant. But moment the person identifies, and this is a trick where you have to recognize, if you can separate these two at that point, you have very less time. You don't have more time. The time of identification is very, very subtle, very short. If you miss it, after that thought will eat you up after that. And more the time will go, more that thought will overpower you. You can be buried in that thought for hours together, days, and then it is called depression. I am very angry since last 3 days. Or I am very lusty since last 4 days. Because it is not you. You have now unnecessarily become a victim of delusion. I hope you are understanding this point. And the same person, supposing he is angry and he sleeps. So when he sleeps, so he is not angry. And when he gets up for a moment, he feels, oh, I was angry in the night. So for a moment, he is very fresh after getting up. But because of his habit of identifying, he is not happy that he is not angry. And again he gets angry. Again he brings up the whole thing. Again he digs up the whole thing. And again identifies. And this way, your anger only you have suffered most. As others enjoy or others are, at the moment they will go away from you. They go, I don't want to talk to that person, he is very angry. If you are too angry, people will laugh upon you at your back. You will suffer. Well, he is in a very cranky mood. The children, when they are sleepy, they become cranky. 4 or 5 months old children. So when they are sleepy, they become very cranky. The parents is in a cranky mood now. let him make him to go to sleep now. So if you are angry, people will keep away from you, like they keep away from scorpion and snakes, or laugh at my back. They'll talk, see how bad. I am suffering in my room all alone. And nobody is there to share. Even husband is angry, wife will run away. How long people will take my anger? How long they'll take my anger and frustration? How much they can take my passion and lust? How much you can take my expectation if it is wrong? You have your own work, leave and go ahead. This person is unnecessary. Let us move ahead in our work. They say Vedanta is not practical. Most practical is this Vedanta. What are you talking? It is not a thinking what is there. Now let's see the next line. Tehi tatra gunavastha bhed matrat te means koshaha. Gunavastha bhed matrat. So all these 3 koshas which are mentioned, pranamaya, already 4 are there. Annamaya is not mentioned. But pranamaya, mano, because subtle body, all 3 are called in a subtle body. So they are gunavastha. They are differentiated only because of gunas. Pranamaya kosh is rajoguna. Manomaya and Vijnanmaya is Satguna Pradhan. So their difference is because of the gunas, because Pranamaya Kosh is made of Rajoguna. And Manomaya and Vijnanmaya are made of Satguna. You know that? You have heard yesterday. From the Sattvic Tanmatra of all the 5 elements they are made. And therefore, and that too also between Manomaya and Vijnanmaya. Manomaya is doubting state and Vijnanmaya is a more stable and determined state. So there is more of Satguna in Vijnanmaya and less in Manomaya. Only I am clear on this point. When you are clear, you are settled. I am clear now. This is my duty. I am clear. This is my schedule. I am clear. I have to go there today. I have to go there. When you are thinking, shall I go, not go, not go? There is Rajagun in that. But I'm not clear, I have to go by 10 o'clock. I have to leave the place. So your mind gets settled when you decide something. And if I'm wrong, at least I'll discover how wrong I was. At least by some decision I have to take. Now let me see whether I am wrong. After going there, I understand whether it was necessary to go or not necessary to go. Then you know, okay, I think it was nice if I had gone. So, tehi tatra guna. And please note, guna means which is constantly varying. And guna, the definition of guna is nitya partantratvat, which is always dependent, like white. So, white is dependent on something. Like good. What good? Nothing. Something has to be good. Good house is there, good person is there, good girl is there, good boy is there, good teacher is there, good ashram is there, good body. You can't say good. So if Rajogun, Sattvagun is there, it has to be dependent on something. So these 3 gunas are dependent on the self, but the self is not dependent on these 3 gunas. Because it leaves all 3 gunas also and goes ahead. But gunas cannot leave him. So there is an anvay of self in all gunas. But there is a vyatirek of each guna in other gunas. And therefore, I am not the gunas. There may be sattvic mind, but I am not sattvic. There may be tamasic mind today, but I am not tamasic. There may be rajasic way, but I am not rajasic. So let's go to the subtle body now, causal body now. One body is left, let us complete that. Thought, verse number 41. Sushuptya bhane bhanantu samadhavatmanonvayah vyatirekas Sushuptya anavabhasanam. Now he is saying Vidyaranyaji, Samadhau. Where Samadhav is there, it is Samadhau. Echo yava yava is the sandhi there. Samadhau. The third word. In the Samadhi. What is there in the Samadhi? Sushupti abhane. There is absence of deep sleep. There is absence of CB. CB, a causal body. In the Samadhi, there is absence of Sushupti abhane. It says Sushuptiya is there. Sushupti plus abhane. Eko yanachi sandhi is there. So Sushupti plus abhane is Sushuptya bhane. So bhanantu. So when it is said that CB is absent in the Samadhi, that means, can you guess? Agyan is absent. The ignorance is absent because ignorance headquarter is in the causal body. And this is written in the commentary. One commentary is there. One commentary by Ram Krishna is one commentary. And in this commentary, I was seeing it, I liked it a lot. It is written there, Sushupti shabdopulakshitasya karanadeh rupasya ajnanasya apratitau. It is indicating agyan. Ignorance is absent in the Samadhi. Please note, in the Samadhi there is an anvay of the self, but there is a vyatirek of causal body and the ignorance. And therefore, I don't have ignorance. Ignorance is also incidental. It is not intrinsic. If ignorance was intrinsic, I could never have knowledge now. ये तो किसी को knowledge हो ही नहीं सकती थी. If ignorance was the nature of self, Shankaracharya wouldn't be there. Everybody is ignorant only. Their ignorance went away. So Shuptya bhane bhanantu samadhau atmana anvayah. Second line. I hope this is clear. See how he is going step by step. First, vyatirek of cause, the subtle body, gross body was there in the dream. Then vyatirek of subtle body in the deep sleep. Then vyatirek of the causal body or the ignorance in the samadhi is there. But I am in and through in gross body or in subtle body or in causal body or in the samadhi. Therefore, vyatirek is of the causal body in the self, in other bodies, but there is an anvay of me in all bodies. Vyatirekaha, so vyatirekaha sushupti, what is it? Vyatireka tu atma bhane sushupti anavabhasanam. Atma bhane, I am known in the samadhi. I am known very well, but there is no ignorance known in the samadhi. Of course, this is a Vedantic samadhi. I hope this point is clear. So what is your conclusion now? Conclusion is that I am is not having any of the bodies. I am not a part, product or property of the body. That means I am not long, I am not short, I am not sad, I am not ignorant, I am not, and therefore I am only self. I am. Aham asmi. Between aham asmi, don't add between something. Aham manushya asmi. Aham sthulo asmi. Aham buddhiman asmi. Aham murkha asmi. Don't add in beat between aham and asmi. Aham asmi. Aham ananto asmi. That is there. Now let's see the next verse. Yatha munjadishi kaivam Atma yuktya samutritah Shariratritayadhiraihi Param brahmaiva jayate. See, there is a munja grass is there. Munja is the name of a grass. In that munja grass, like this, there is a tender portion inside. That is called ishika. Tender portion is there, slender and tender inside that munja grass. But they want that tender portion for some puja or something. Now it is covering it. This upper crust is covering that particular grass, like this is there. Now very slowly you have to take it out, otherwise it will break. Because they were doing havan ityadi, so these people were giving that example. So, yatha munjat, munjat is a grass, ishika. Ishika is the soft tender portion. Internal portion is there, pith, what you call. It can be detached. Samudrata means taken out. You have to take it out. Yuktya means detached. See, as that is detached, similarly from these three koshas, Atma has to be taken out. Only difference is that Munja and Ishika was a physical process, this is intellectual process. You have to intellectually take out. Not that from self you have to bring out Atma. It's an intellectual process. You have to detach that I am not in GB, I am not in SB, I am not in CB, I am one. Many times thoughts are coming in me. So please note my point. So the Jnani actually, he does not feel that I am going to sleep. Not he will feel, sleep will be coming in me. Both is difference there. I am going to sleep means that you are a sleeper. I dreamt. He will not say I have dreamt. I dreamt will be a statement of the dream Purush. But dream came in me and sleep came in me. And he will not say, I woke up to himself. He will say, waking came in me and waking went away from me. Deep sleep came in me and deep sleep went away from me. See the difference between the two statements. Anger came in me and it went away. Like the film came on the screen and went away. The screen will never say, I am going to the film. I became hero. Or I became the fire in the film. Or I became the water in the film. There is an anvay of a screen in all film. And there is a vyatirek of the one film in another film. Or there is a vyatirek of the film on the screen. Film is not in the screen. Film is not a screen. I hope this point is clear. Sharira tritaya dhirahi. Similarly, these three bodies, dhirahi. Dhirahi means, here commentator says, brahmacharyadi sadhan sampannaihi adhikaribihi samudrata prathak kritah chet. So he is brahmacharyadi, one who is sadhan sampatti, who is free from kartrutva bhoktritva. Because if you are having doership, enjoyership, you have no time to relate to Vedanta also. So much work is there, so much enjoyment is there. Vedanta needs quiet mind for a long time. But I have my rag, dvesh, kam, krodh, desh, irsha. That will occupy my mind. Where is the time for studying all these things? Where do you have time to study this, to contemplate on that? You are already so much booked with your own attachment, aversion. So that's called dhir, means pure person. Sukshma drishyate tu agrya buddhya sukshmya sukshma darshibi. So by this Parabrahma, he understands that I am Parabrahma, because limitation is not in me. Time and space limitation is only in the dream and waking state. But I am not part of the dream and waking. That means I don't have age and I don't have space. There is no space and time in me, and there is no movement in me, and there is no ignorance in me, and this is called Brahman. And this way, by this Anvay Vyatirek, he found out that I am unlimited self, which is called Parabrahma Jayate. More we will see tomorrow. My time is over. We will see you at 2 o'clock. Yesterday also is ready, you didn't come. Today Ramayana class is there? Yeah. Tulsi Ramayana. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Harihi Om.